Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Modern Warfare 3. I goofed up bad because yesterday COD had some really ridiculous server issues, and I read that, just quickly glanced at it, and I'm like, okay, well, the servers are being buggy and whatnot. Okay, I'm not going to play today. Went outside, touched some grass, did things like that. Then I came back and I realized I had missed out on a golden opportunity because while those servers were all messed up yesterday, reportedly, skill-based matchmaking was turned off. So I'll just go ahead and talk about what happened. So here's going to be a tweet from the COD Updates Twitter. This is an official Twitter from Activision where they post a bunch of COD updates as things come out. And they say, we're working on a fix for a known issue that appeared overnight that is preventing progress from being tracked in various areas of the game, including, but not limited to, events, challenges, battle pass, and SR. Players may notice unusual behavior related to account level and loadouts, and it took them several hours to actually get this all figured out and get the update to go through, at which point, during that time, levels for your account were just not really being taken into consideration. So when you got into a lobby, reportedly, again, I wasn't there and I really missed out on this, but reportedly, when you got into matches, everybody was essentially level 1, and as a result of that, skill-based matchmaking really couldn't take effect because it seemed like every account was treated as a fresh account. You can find all sorts of testimonials online. Here's one I found on Reddit. Yesterday was the most fun I had in COD in ages. With skill-based matchmaking being disabled, this game played so much better. Now today, with it turned up to intergalactic levels, I find myself once again playing 1 or 2 games and getting the hell out of there. Honestly, I don't understand how this engagement optimized matchmaking is actually creating retention. I simply do not get or believe that it's actually better than the good old days. If anything, everyone I used to play with quit because of skill-based matchmaking. Good, bad, mediocre, they all quit. So how is this benefiting anyone? Not trying to troll, but I don't understand the logic behind the system. Thank you. My goodness, I've been talking about that for years. My own cousin, I believe I've told you guys this story. I'm one of those people that's been on YouTube for so long, man. I feel like I've told every story a dozen times. But here's the quick rundown of it. The first time I ever played COD was Call of Duty 3, believe it or not, at my cousin's house. I went over to his house one day. He was playing COD 3. I don't remember the name of the map, but it was a farm map and there was a cow, and he and his online buddies were like defending this cow in team deathmatch. And I'd grown up playing games like Medal of Honor Rising Sun, Medal of Honor European Assault. These were single player games, right? I never had an internet connection until I was 16 years old, believe it or not. So I'm seeing him playing a game that was similar to what I grew up with, but he's playing online with his friends. He can talk to them. When he kills people, it's other people and they're getting mad and they're yelling at him and they're talking shit in game chat. And I was hooked, man. I was absolutely hooked. Then that Christmas, I eventually got an Xbox I had to share with my brother. We shared an account on Call of Duty 4 where we would play with my cousin and our other friends. And that's how I got into COD in the very first place. Well, over time, my cousin got a job. He started his family. He stopped playing nearly as much. He's kind of the person, if you think about it, that they're trying to cater skill-based matchmaking to, right? The people that don't really have all that much time to play. Well, eventually, skill-based matchmaking was actually the reason why he decided to quit Call of Duty altogether, because whenever he would hop on and want to play with us like the good old days, he was getting absolutely destroyed. And it's because of skill-based matchmaking. Like when he would play by himself normally, he would hop on, he would have fun, he would go through his matches, they all kind of felt normal to him, but it wasn't as fun because he wasn't playing with his buddies. He wanted to play with his friends. Well, his friends, i.e. me and my brother and a bunch of other people, we've been playing COD for years and years and years. We never really took that break, right? So he jumps into our lobbies and he's like, wow, the skill-based matchmaking in here is actually ridiculous. Like when I play by myself, I don't do the best or anything, but I can play okay. When I play with you guys, I am getting destroyed every single match. It's not fun to play with you guys. It's not fun to play solo. It's not fun to play with my friends. Skill-based matchmaking has made it so he does not want to play COD anymore, and I don't believe he's played one since Modern Warfare 2019. That is the guy that got me into COD in the first place. Without my cousin Nick, there would be no NerosCinema. Never would have happened, right? In fact, my very first videos, like on these channels that got deleted years ago due to music copyright and shit, it was his laptop and his Dazzle DVC100 I was using to record these shitty little videos for my old YouTube channels that all have been since deleted. If it weren't for him, I never would have gotten into COD. I never would have gotten into YouTube. I never would have became NerosCinema. All of that. And that guy quit COD because of skill-based matchmaking, right? It just goes back to what that Reddit post was saying. How is this actually benefiting anybody? Like, sure, if you're a newer player and you're a solo player, which I feel like a lot of people are now, you hop on, you don't even talk to anybody. Video games aren't even a social thing anymore because people are afraid to talk in voice chat because they may get comms banned or permanently banned from the game for saying the wrong thing. COD isn't social anymore. So these people like jump in, they're playing in a lobby, nobody's talking, they might do okay, they might do bad, whatever. It just kind of feels like they're playing a single player game at that point. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that fun. They want the social aspect, but they can't play with their friends because skill-based matchmaking is going to ruin them because they've been conditioned over all these years to play in the equivalent of Little League baseball lobbies. You know, like, who does this actually benefit? It really doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. And now we have all these testimonials coming out right now from people that were playing yesterday when it felt like skill-based matchmaking was turned off, at least for a couple of hours, and they're saying the game felt better, it was more fun, it was more engaging. But now that skill-based matchmaking is turned back on, you know, even if you do have a group of friends to play with, you play 2 or 3 games, it's just like, man, it's rough. Like, COD doesn't have that same relaxing enjoyment that it used to have due to this algorithmic matchmaking nonsense that they've been forcing down our throats over all of these years. Yesterday, we talked in my video about how Call of Duty sales figures are actually going up right now, surprisingly enough. I mean, I think it really comes down to lack of competition and brand awareness overall. I mean, there's a number of you in the comments of my previous video saying, yeah, I didn't buy Modern Warfare 3, but it was $40 this last month, so yeah, I went ahead and bought it for $40, and I don't blame you. I mean, you're going to get $40 worth of enjoyment out of the game between the campaign, zombies, whatever it is you decide to do in multiplayer. You know, that $40 is a good price for a COD, especially a game like Modern Warfare 3, but more and more people are getting into the game, but it still seems like the overall interest in the game has gone down because the hardcore fans, the people that have been supporting and playing the franchise forever, they're just getting burnt out thanks to this matchmaking system, and that's going to have a trickle-down effect. Eventually, when those hardcore fans go away, it's going to be really noticeable on the analytic and metric side that Activision is always so focused on. Like, when those people eventually do just get fed up and they all eventually leave in droves, and all that's left are these people that don't even give 2 shits about the game because they're brand new to it, they don't really care that much about COD. Like, I've said it a million times, if you're just now getting into Call of Duty, like, have you been living under a rock? Like, the game franchise has been ridiculously popular for like 20 years now, you know? If people are just now getting into COD, it's probably because they want to dick around on Warzone with their friends. Their friends eventually got them to download the game so they could play a few matches, say, I hate this, and then go back to Apex Legends or whatever the hell else it is they play, and then they're just going to abandon the game. They're not going to recommend it to other people. They're just basically going to become null and void on the analytics side of things, as compared to these other people who have purchased every single game. They buy shit in the shop. They probably get the battle passes, or at least play through all the battle passes. They do the events. They may have bought the season passes back in the day. Like, the most hardcore COD fans are the ones that are being pushed away thanks to this matchmaking system. Again, my cousin was playing Call of Duty 3, for crying out loud. He bought COD 3, COD 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1. Like, they have made a killing off a player like him, and they drove him away. For what reason? So they could try to attract these other people that never would have given a shit about COD in the first place. They're just going to go play Warzone, which is free anyway. And they may buy a $10 bundle or something like that if they're feeling really frisky. But overall, like, I don't know, man. They're catering the game to people that don't actually care about it. And that is the most frustrating aspect of it. And I wanted to rant about that here today. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. There's probably my 10,000th video on skill-based matchmaking. But if you guys did get to play yesterday, let me know your experiences down there in the comments. I am mad at myself for not being able to hop on and not going in there and getting footage and trying it all out for myself. But if you guys did get to play, leave your experiences down there in the comments. Thank you all so much for listening, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.